about those clouds behind us there, eh? Looks like there's a storm a-brewing. Welcome to today. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to be headed to Kinston, North Carolina. I finished unloading my last drop here in Huntington, West Virginia. We're now headed to Kinston, and we're headed to Southern Ontario. Should be fun.
Ready to go off to the cabin. Well, not we. Josh isn't coming. Josh is at work, but with my family, my big sister Jasmine. Say hi. Hey. And Davy and Owen. Wave hi.
Hi.
Those are my nephews. We're going to the cabin for the weekend. And it's Mom and my stepdad's cabin, so it's gonna be a good time. Josh will be out on my birthday though.
Well, we just barely made it in front of that storm. What I mean by that is we got everything done outside the truck that we needed to do. Now we can enjoy sitting inside our nice dry cab and drive through the water. One perk to working indoors. Oh dear, my window's fogging up. It is humid out, like really humid. I'm not surprised at all that it's raining like this. This looks like a big giant pothole. Uh-oh. Oh yes, averted. How do I get out of here?
Are you guys excited to go to the cabin?
Yeah.
Yeah, you love it at Grandma and Papa's cabin, hey?
It's Gamma.
Sorry, Gamma, not Grandma. My big sister's driving. She picked me up from work. I just got off and then we came here to pack.
Hello.
That one's Davy, the oldest. He's 8. That's Owen. He's 6. And Jasmine and I don't get to go out as much as the boys, obviously because we work. We tried getting Davy and Owen to get jobs, but they refused. Didn't work.
West Virginia wants my money. Gladly. They do take good care of their road here. I gotta say, this is a pretty nice road here. It's a good piece of concrete. Whoever made it did a good job. I don't know why this is so backed up. I bet you someone went through the Easy Pass lane who didn't have an Easy Pass transponder and then couldn't back up, and now they're stuck there wondering what to do. All right, almost my turn here, almost my turn. Now we're gonna wait for the green light off to the left. We're not gonna stop, we're just gonna keep rolling. There you go. Simple as that. West Virginia, you're welcome. Glad I could contribute to your beautiful roads. This is a really scenic stretch of highway.
You can see Davy also loves Star Wars like his auntie. And Owen. And Jasmine. We're all fans.
Hey.
Josh still hasn't gotten past the first episode. That's sad.
Diesel, do you know what time it is? Do you know what time it is, Diesel? Tool time? It's shower time. I finally have time for a good shower, and I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna enjoy every second of it. Not gonna rush it. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna enjoy it. So we just stopped here at the Max Meadows Pilot Flying J. Got the Boss shop down there, lots of parking down there. I've stopped here quite a bit. They actually have 3 Pilot Flying J's within like 2 miles. There's one here, and a few miles up the road, there's another Flying J and another Pilot side by side. So this is sort of like Pilot Flying J lane here near Max Meadows, Virginia. So this is a much smaller shower than some I've been in before, but that's all right. This is all you need, right? Tiny little bit. And of course, That guy who keeps following me around everywhere, I still can't get rid of him. He's getting a bit of a belly though, isn't he? He's gonna have to... Hey Diesel, did you miss me? Of course I come out of the shower and it's just pouring rain outside. 2 showers for the price of 1. And what did you do the whole time, Diesel? Did you have a party without me? Was there a party with all your toys? Did you invite any other dogs? No? I'm sorry about this, man. You're dealing with all this back here. Still gotta find time to clean all that up. How you doing? How you doing? Give me a good solid answer. Tell everybody how you feel. I don't feel much, man. I'm just, well, I feel good, yeah. Here we go, trying to find our way out of the parking lot here again. This is a unique Flying J parking lot. They're not all like this.
In 1.4 kilometers, take exit 81 on right to I-77 south.
Calm down. Let me get on the road first. Crazy woman. I think this is the way out. Got about another 4 hours to go. I'm going to switch trailers. Pretty much go to the nearest Pilot Flying J and transflow in my documents, which means pretty much fax them in, so that I'll be ready to cross the border, because they got to do that tomorrow morning for me. So I got to do that before I go to bed tonight yet. And then we'll be off to the races. Well, we just hooked up onto our new trailer here. This is our new best friend that we're going to be taking up to Canada with us. I just checked all the lights. I'm just walking back here for your benefit. Check the tires already. Come on, focus camera. I know it's low light and you're like, what am I supposed to be looking at? There we go. So when I hook up to a new trailer, I go around, I make sure all the lights are working. I've already done this, I already checked to make sure the signals are working, make sure the license plate light is working. That's one thing that a lot of drivers forget to check. You have to have those lights working, otherwise you risk getting a ticket. You know what's interesting is, like a week or two ago, I was on the southwest coast of the United States on the Pacific Ocean, right? Now I'm on the southeast coast on the Atlantic Ocean. So I've gone coast to coast in the United States in less than a month again. That's pretty cool. I am like, right here it says I'm 23 meters above sea level. Before I was down to as low as 6 meters above sea level, which means I was right on the coast. 6 meters would be, what? I don't know how many feet that would be. How many feet is that? I don't got time to Google it right now. Don't got energy for it either. Diesel, you do the math. Oh, you do some work for a change, buddy. I see your food bowl is empty. Good boy. You need to gain some weight, man. We need to fatten you up. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna look at my delivery sheet. I believe I have 5 drops on this load. We're going to Southern Ontario. We're going to Brampton, which is pretty much Toronto. Then we're going to Etibokie, Toronto. Then we're going to Oshawa, almost Toronto. Then we're going to Sudbury, definitely not Toronto, up further north there. And then we're going to Sault Ste. Marie, far away from Toronto, up in Northern Ontario, further up norther. All right, so while she's working her magic there, I can turn my wipers off, I'm not going anywhere. We're going to get my customs paperwork ready for the border. So, being from Canada, I speak metric. You guys may have noticed from past vlogs I do metric. It just makes more sense to me, because when I look at this number, 1,378 kilometers, I know that I travel an average of 100 kilometers an hour on the freeways, on the highway, so that would be 13.78 hours. You see how easy that is to figure out how long it'll take? So let's round it up to 14 hours, and then now we got to add time onto it for stops, for traffic, all that stuff. So 14 hours, let's add 4 hours onto there. Bathroom breaks, eating, whatnot, 4 hours. 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 hours, plus I'm gonna have to sleep at least once in there. So you had 10 hours for one night, 18 plus 10, that's 28 hours. So it'll take at least 28 hours If I have to sleep again in between that, it's another 10 hours. That means 38 hours. It is Friday night. I have to be there for Monday morning. We have plenty of time. So to get my border paperwork ready, what that means is I've got to take the customs invoice. There's a customs invoice, I have to put a PARS sticker on it. I don't really know what PARS stands for, and someone told me once, I forgot. But it's a barcode sticker that I put on my paperwork. We'll send it into the broker, which clears it at customs. So pretty much they tell the Canadian government saying, hey, some Canadian company bought some stuff down south there, eh, and they want to bring it up here to Canada, is that okay? And then the government goes, yeah, sure, why not? And then they clear it and they send it through Borders and Customs. Then when I get to the customs broker, I mean the customs guard, the Borders and Protection, you know, the people at the window there who never smile, they scan the barcode and then they go, hey, this load's been cleared there, eh? You can go on through there, eh? Have a good day, eh? And then I go into Ontario. So what I've got to do, after putting that sticker on there, I've got to write on there where I'm going to cross at. So now I've got to figure out, am I going to cross like at Niagara Falls, at Fort Erie, Ontario, Buffalo, New York, or am I going to cross at Port Huron, Michigan into Sarnia, Ontario? Am I going to cross at Detroit into Windsor, Ontario? I've got to figure these things out. Am I going to cross at 1,000 Islands? By the looks of it, Mandy here wants me to cross at Fort Erie from Buffalo, New York. And here we are. Made it to the end of our day, didn't we, Diesel? Good job, man. You drove very well. No one's gonna believe me. You didn't drive. But you wanted to, didn't you? If I was driving, we probably would have stopped for a pee a little sooner, man. I'm just saying. Most likely, Diesel. But when I got a mission in my mind, it's a go. I don't even know what that means. It didn't even make sense, did it? I don't know, I'm tired. Where are we? Mandy, where are we? 1 second, she's thinking. Don't rush a woman. Pleasant Hill, North Carolina. We are in Pleasant Hill. I haven't seen any hills around here, but it is pleasant, so I trust him. It's a pleasant place to be. On Pleasant Hill Road yet, in Pleasant Hill, North Carolina. So I can't believe there's actually parking spots here. From right where I can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 spots left at this pilot yet. I'll give you a look at it right away. It's actually a pretty small pilot, and I'm surprised that there's this much parking. It's a Friday though, I just remembered that. It's a Friday. Everybody's at home with their families. Except for Trucker Josh. I'm just here with Diesel. So it was a fun day. Thanks for joining us today. Tomorrow's another day. We're gonna be headed up towards Ontario. I think I can get there tomorrow. Let's see, we are, ooh, actually maybe not. I can get close. 13 hours of driving away. If I can get to the Canadian border within 11 hours. Remember, in Canada, I'm allowed to drive 13 hours a day, not just 11 like here in the United States. So if I can get to the Canadian border before 11 hours, I'll have an extra 2 hours, and then I might be able to make it there tomorrow. And then I can just sit all day Sunday. That's sort of what my plan is, because wherever I'm stopping tomorrow, I'm stopping there for all of Sunday as well. I need to reset my logbook. According to Canadian standards, much like the States, I need to stop for a reset every 70 hours. So I need to stop for 36 consecutive hours, according to Canadian transportation standards. In the United States, I'd only have to stop for 34, which is an odd number. 36 is easier because it's 3 rounds of the clock, 36 hours. It's 24 hours plus 12 more. So it's very easy. If you stop at 7:30 at night, that means 7:30 in the morning, the day after tomorrow, you're ready to go again. 34 you gotta subtract 2. So if I stopped at 7:30 at night in the United States, 5:30 in the morning the day after the next day, I'd be ready to go. But they can only drive 70 hours in 8 days. I can drive 70 hours in 7 days. But I'm only allowed to recap my hours for 14 days. And then I have to stop for at least a 24-hour break before continuing my recap of my hours. Whereas in the States, you can just keep on going and keep on going and keep on going if you got hours to recap. For those of you who are not familiar with the trucking industry, you're just sitting there like a deer in the headlights. I'll have to make a separate video one day on all the different driving regulations in both countries of Canada and the United States. I think that'd be a pretty interesting video to do. Don't steal my idea. If you steal it, I don't care. I'm doing it anyways. And I'll make mine better. That's why I like it. If people make their videos first, I'll watch them and then I'll make mine better. But don't make it, because I'm gonna be first. If you copy me, it's copying. I copyright it right now. It's law. I need to go to bed. Man, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Good night, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.